I know you woke up this morning and you had this burning question. What is the opposite of evergreen content? Most business owners are trapped in a cycle with their content of chasing trends, and they're pouring hours into creating content that only lasts hours or just a few days. When a post goes viral, it's very exciting. It feels great, but it doesn't generate a single lead. The real danger is this type of marketing. It builds attention, but not a business. And this does nothing for long-term lead generation. In this episode, you'll learn how to build true evergreen content that snowballs over time and builds momentum of lead generation for years and years to come. Let's dive right in. Let's look at myth number 1. Viral content becomes evergreen. Well, I think this is wrong for 2 reasons. 1, viral content only lasts for a short amount of time. It gets a lot of views, a lot of attention and excitement in a short amount of time, but after that, it doesn't. It really slows down, it tapers off, and then it flattens. The second reason is viral content doesn't generate leads. There are rare exceptions to this, such as the Squatty Potty, right? They did the pooping unicorn video. That video went viral and it generated leads and sales. But unless you have that type of a business, don't go there. The types of businesses that I work with, like coaches, consultants, speakers, authors, mentors, course creators, educators, like for their business. Those type businesses don't want to go viral. Every time you go viral, it hurts your business. If that sounds crazy to you, I'll link to another video right up here that you can watch. It's called Why Going Viral May Be Hurting Your Business. So viral content would be the opposite of evergreen. So evergreen is content that lasts for a long time, but continues to thrive and succeed. It continues to generate leads. Now, a lot of businesses, when they think about evergreen, they think of an evergreen webinar. Okay, so let's say you have a pre-recorded webinar and you have a paid ad campaign and you can send ads to that webinar and it works. Okay, so fantastic. Anything that you're doing that works and generates leads and generates sales, that's a good thing. And I would say keep doing it until you find something better. So when does this become evergreen? Well, 6 months down the road, is that webinar still working? So does that make it an evergreen webinar? Well, the webinar itself is not generating the traffic. Evergreen means it's regularly getting views. And so 6 months down the road, in order for that webinar to still be getting views, you've still got to be doing more and more ads. So the ads are obviously temporary. They're not evergreen. So nothing in this equation is evergreen. So let's address myth number 2, that social media content is evergreen. That one just makes me smile because if you've ever posted something on Facebook or LinkedIn, how long does that last? It gets a certain number of views on day 1 and a little bit less on day 2, a little bit less on day 3. So what about 2 weeks after you posted it? Is it getting any more views, any more comments? Even a viral post. What if you posted something that got 10,000 views? Okay, what about 2 weeks later? Is it getting more views? Nope, it's dead because you post content, but then you've got to post something else and then something else and something else and something else. So eventually you're just building this pile of content and the only content that's getting viewed is the one that you most recently posted. So you've created this entire mountain of content, but it's kind of a waste. It didn't build momentum. Imagine if the very first post was still getting views and it was getting viewed by new people who've never heard of you before. And then the second post built on top of that, and the third on top of that. Well, there's actually a very easy way that you can do that. Now, this would be a true evergreen content strategy. If you can put out a piece of content and 5 years from now, people are still watching it. So what's the difference? Why does this not work on social media? Well, social media content is not searchable. So the content is not indexed. Social media focuses on the person or the account. So when people go to search, you can't search by topic. You have to search by the person's name. Or on LinkedIn, you can search for their profession because you're looking for a person with a certain skill set. But if I wrote an article and I posted that article to LinkedIn and somebody was searching for that topic on LinkedIn, they wouldn't find my article. So therefore, it becomes impossible for content on social media to become evergreen. So what options do we have? Well, we've got YouTube. YouTube is different because from its foundation, YouTube content was indexed and it's searchable. and we use it all the time. Any question that you have, any DIY project you're trying to do, or, and it happens all the time because we have the data, business owners and consumers, they're going to YouTube, they're going to Google, they're going to ChatGPT, and they're asking questions about their problem or the challenge they're facing or some goal they're trying to reach. Now, the reason I also brought up Google and ChatGPT, they don't have any native content. You can't post content on Google or you can't post content on ChatGPT. So it's going to the #1 searchable content platform, which is by far and away YouTube. So if you create the right type of content on YouTube, it'll rank at the top of YouTube search, it'll rank on Google, it'll rank on ChatGPT. Without you having to do anything to connect them, it just happens automatically. The key is creating evergreen content that you put on YouTube. Most people put content that they hope will go viral and get a whole bunch of views so they can generate ad revenue. And they hope it'll build a whole bunch of subscribers so that they can get more views from those subscribers and generate ad revenue. But if you're leveraging these videos for lead generation, you got to create a different type of video. You got to create an evergreen video and put that on YouTube. When you create non-evergreen content that only lasts for a short period of time, it really leads to burnout. Because there's plenty of people that have success. They know how to make posts go viral. And if your focus is ad revenue from YouTube, I mean, the money that you'll make from that can provide you a good living, a good income. But what if you stop making videos? Yeah, that income starts to decline. So you got to make another video and make another video and make another video. And over time, creators will improve their quality. They'll get better and better, and they'll get more and more expensive equipment. They'll put more time and energy into it, but they got to keep posting, and they just feel trapped and they get burnout and they quit. So here's a big secret in how to create content that's evergreen. Instead of doing this, instead of thinking, right, even if the video is amazing and it's just the most valuable content, and when you show it to your friends and family, they agree, they think it's amazing, there's no built-in audience. There's no way for people to find that video. When people go to Google or ChatGPT or YouTube search, and they're typing in a question or a topic, or they have a challenge and they're trying to figure it out, you can actually do research to find out what your target audience types in. Like, what are they asking? And so the next step from there is you make a video with that question as the title of your video. So the very people that are searching for your expertise now find you answering the question. And there are people that are asking the question today, but guess what? 6 months from now, there's going to be other people that are also asking that question. And 5 years from now, there are people asking that same question, and it stays ranking at the top of all of these search platforms. Algorithms always change. They try and improve, and YouTube is no exception. The good news is this strategy isn't algorithm dependent. So I have many colleagues that produce viral type content for YouTube, and every couple of years there's a big shift that impacts all of them and their income just drops. Me and all my clients, I produce over 60 different YouTube channels. We've never experienced that. We have content that we made 10 years ago that is still getting search results. It's still generating leads. So if you want your content to truly be evergreen and to be generating leads long after you post it, the next step is learning how to dominate YouTube search. Because if you can dominate YouTube, you'll dominate all search platforms. I have another episode where I teach you how to do this step by step. You'll learn how to get found by the right people consistently every day. So I'll link to that video right here. It's called Dominate YouTube Search Step by Step. I'll see you there.